welcome to another episode of the marathon. I thought we'd start in the car today so you can see this one, although his little head just moves around so much. Thomas is still so interested in being in the car. Right, bud? You could be in the car all day. Most requested thing he wants to do, car ride. Driving him to school, and I'm actually staying at the school for a few minutes this morning because I am going to talk to Thomas's class about him. Jeremy did this when Thomas was in kindergarten and it went really well, so then I did it in grades 1 and 2, and now we're doing it in grade 3, and it's basically just to answer any questions. I really like the kids to feel calm around Thomas and accepting and including, and I feel like often kids or adults, you know, what we don't know we kind of shy away from, or maybe they don't understand why he's like, you know, he does this, his stimming, like this just means he's super happy. So just answer any questions. Last year the questions were like, how does he hear underwater, and you know, just cute stuff. So the year before was rough because they all had questions about Jeremy. So there was like, the school counselor was there. So I'm a little bit nervous that they're gonna ask me questions about Jer and like what happened to Thomas's dad. But I think it's been long enough, in like a little kid's mind at least, that they won't even be thinking about that. I think that's just me projecting it, but I also send a letter home to all of the parents every year, and it's just the same letter. So if parents have had Thomas, you know, year after year, they're getting the same thing. I just adjust his likes and his age basically. But I wanted parents also to feel like they could ask me questions about him, and I also wanted to make it very clear that he has his own EA. He will not be affecting anyone else's education, and it's just really been the opposite actually. Like parents have said like, we love that Thomas is in our class, we like, our kids love him, and it's all been the opposite. But I think part of it is because I'm so open, and you know, I send the letter home to parents so that if their kids come home and talk about Thomas and have questions, they feel a little bit more empowered with the answers. So anyways, that's what we're doing this morning. So I'm a little bit nervous, but it'll be good. The teacher will be there and Thomas's EA will be there, so if I don't know the answer, I'll just be like, I don't know. Do any of these lovely people have the answer for you? He is happy this morning. We had another good night. I was thinking, I vlogged yesterday and I said we were having better sleeps, but I didn't say what I'm doing differently. So I'll try and remember to talk about that in the vlog today. Okay, we did it. I am sweating, like sweating. So nervous what those little children were gonna ask, but we did it. There was no questions about Jeremy. So high five, we did it. They were so cute. They're more just like wanting to like know his favorite things and saying that they want to invite him to his birthday party, their birthday party. So sweet. Okay, I feel good, I feel good. If you're interested in the letter that I send to parents, just let me know and I can like post it on my website. In case you too have a child with special needs and you'd be interested in like doing the same thing or whatever. The teacher said that lots of the parents had read the letter to their kids, which makes me super happy. And now we're gonna go to the radio station. What do we think with the center part? I'm trying to figure out this like new haircut. Okay, whew. Feeling good. Feeling good. And Thomas, it was really cool to see him because he sat in the circle and sat in circle time like patiently, quietly, totally fine, which makes me very proud. He works so hard, that little guy. All right. Do you ever feel like your day is just broken up into like tasks and like increments? Like, okay, so we got ready, then we went to school, then we did the talk, now we do the radio, then we do the, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of, because that's everybody's day, but. Okay, so before I forget, what have I changed about Thomas's overnight? I'm reading this book called The Verbal Behavior Approach. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I can't check while I'm driving. But it's by Dr. Mare Barbera, I think. Again, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you in a minute when I'm not driving. I'm listening to it, in fact, and one of Thomas's therapists and a friend of mine, she recommended that I listen to it when I said, like, okay, I'm finally in a place where I'm ready to like learn more about autism and I'm not feeling like I'm in such like fight or flight mode. And it's a book that is based on the type of therapy that we are doing with Thomas's private therapists outside of school. I hope this is gonna make sense. Anyway, so within the first 2 chapters, I was reminded of, wow, you just blew that stop sign. I was reminded of something that I was told when I first started working with Meridian, which is the private therapy team. And to be honest, it's all overwhelming all the time, and it was just a good reminder. So I realized that in Thomas waking up early, I would kind of half-heartedly put him back to bed, and then I would, you know, he would inevitably come out again, and then I would just let him stay in my bed because I was tired. And then he would never fall back asleep, and then we would finally, at 6 o'clock, I would say, okay, now you can have your iPad. So in doing this and listening to this book, I realized that I was just giving him so much positive reinforcement. Like, you wake up early, you get to come and sleep in mommy's bed. Well, that has never happened in his 8 years of life. And how wonderful is that? And comforting and cozy. So I realized that that needed to stop. And I also realized, are you crossing? You're on your phone. Okay. I also realized that I needed to no longer allow him to have his iPad right away, because that was another just like positive reinforcement. I wake up instantly, of course I want to watch TV, of course I want to watch Mickey, boom, I'm gonna get it. So for a week now, just over a week, I have been, he wakes up, I put him back to bed, no interaction, I go back in my room. He gets up, I put him back to bed, he gets up, I put him back to bed. And the first couple of nights or mornings, he was so pissed at me, but I, you know, kept saying to myself, you're not here to be his friend, you're here to be his mom. The first morning I did it, I stood outside his bedroom, and so every time he opened the door, I was just waiting for him. I did yoga in the hallway, I did a meditation. It didn't take very long before I saw results, and so I was super happy about that. So that's what's been working is, you know, it took a couple of mornings where he was back to bed, back to bed, back to bed, and then even if he, say, came out of his room at 6 o'clock, and I'd been putting him back to bed, back to bed, back to bed, I put him back, literally counted to like 10, and then I opened the door and I went in and got him to kind of signify like, no, you don't get to whine and then get your way. Like, I really wanted him to put 2 and 2 together, and he totally did. Like, he's super smart. And then now when he gets up, he, you know, he goes to the bathroom, I instantly make my bed, so we're not getting in my bed. He has a bath. Then he has to pick out his own clothes. Then we put on his hearing aids. A couple of mornings we've read. Then we take his iPad, I take it downstairs. Then he can sit on the couch, watch Mickey while I make breakfast. And so there seems to be enough of a gap of time where he's just like, well, I'm not getting it the second I wake up anymore, and he's not even asking for it the second he wakes up. So this was like a very quick turnaround, which I feel really positive about. So I just wanted to share that in case that's helpful to any of you. And it also was a reminder for me that it's gonna be uncomfortable and maybe upsetting initially when I'm trying to break that habit, but then it's so much better now. Like, he slept till 6, he slept till 6:30. This morning he slept till 5:45. So he got up, he went to the bathroom, then he came into my room and just stood at my bed, and then I sent him back to his room for only about 5 minutes, and then I went in and was like, good morning, yes, you may get up now. So I'm feeling very positive about it. The Verbal Behavior Approach by Dr. Mare Lynch-Barbera. This is what it looks like. I'll link it below. Okay, now let's go do some work. Shocker, we're having salad for lunch. This is just a mixed greens salad with chickpeas and a couple of roasted peanuts with dressing. And the mixed salad is one that I made a couple days ago that I have in my fridge. So that's a top tip. Make a big one and just keep it in your fridge with a lid on it. And then, I mean, this took me 5 seconds to put together. Guess where we are? The desk! It at my office, at my desk. It's 1:30. Lunch was delicious. And I didn't show you breakfast, but I had oatmeal again today. And today I put in like some apples, some cinnamon, and some peanut butter. And I'm definitely finding oats are way less in calories than the avocado toast, and they keep me full like well through until lunch. So, you know, weather's getting a little bit cooler, at least up here where I live. Lunch was good. Now I'm sitting here prepping because tonight is week 2 of the Mindful Marathoner yoga series, and each week is a different theme. So I'm prepping this week's theme. I'm also prepping some handouts to give them so that they can continue to work on it throughout the week. There will be a journaling portion this evening, so I'm just deciding exactly how to phrase the journal prompt, and basically just prepping for that for tonight. I'm super excited for the yoga portion. So it's the first half hour is me talking, and we do journaling, and we kind of like discuss how last week went. And then the hour at the end is yoga, and I am excited to stretch. That's for sure. What I'm working on right now. Thought I would just say hi. Almost done my second juggie of the day. Feeling good about that, and listening to Aerosmith, because I don't know if I've mentioned this in a vlog, but I'm going to Vegas again next month. The girl who said she'd never go back to Vegas is going again, and this time for Aerosmith. So just like listening to a greatest hits on Apple Music. Also, been really enjoying your Tell Us Tuesday answers in the Facebook group today. I asked, what are some ways that you have found to either simply save money or make money? And not only are there great suggestions, but then I'm watching some of you already take those suggestions and run with them and report back that you managed to like cut your cell phone bill in half, or you called your cable provider and they were able to reduce it. So you guys are productive, and you know I like that. If you're not a part of the Marathoner Facebook group, there's a link down below. You just need to make sure that you answer the questions. There are questions in order to get into it, and if you ignore them, I usually just assume you're a bot and don't allow you in. So answer the questions, join us, come into the Facebook group. I promise it's cozy, just like my sweater. Much later, last time I saw you was working, went and picked up Thomas. He had a really good day at school today, and then came home and gave him like a little bit of chill time. Then he had an hour autism appointment. Poor guy was so tired. And just made a really quick dinner, which I didn't show you. It was another salad But a taco salad, I use this like cauliflower crumble and add taco seasoning to it. And just like avocado and salsa and some Daya cheese and some tomato and green onion. Should keep me going. Now it is just before 6 and I'm heading to the marathoner yoga, which I told you about earlier today. So I'm excited. I need to change and just like center myself and get ready. I'm gonna leave you here so that I give the class my full attention.